Welcome to In the Spotlight at Theatre Royal Wakefield, your backstage pass to the shows, the stories, and the people that bring life to this beautiful old theatre. Each episode will lift the curtain on upcoming shows, meet the artists behind them, and learn a bit more about the magic that happens on this historic stage. Let's get into today's episode. I'm here with Gavin, our Participation Training Manager. Thanks for joining us today, Gavin.
Thanks for having me.
So we've just finished the big Performance Academy Showcase at Wakefield. So tell us a bit about that.
So Sing Dance Act is part of our spring season. It's part of our summer season as well. So in February, our Performance Academy Pontefract and our Chime group perform on stage here at the theatre. And then in June, our Wakefield Performance Academy, including our PA kids who are our 5 and 6-year-olds, join us on the stage. It's a professional quality production which all of the participation team are involved in, the theatre's technical team are involved, and a huge, brilliant creative team, including our principal, Louise Dennison, who directs that show and works on our professional productions as well. And our tutors who work weekly with all of the young people at our performance academies and our Chime group. So yes, June showcase was 96 performers.
Wow.
And 6 creative staff and 20 chaperones, technicians, and then all of the front of house team that make every show what it is here at the theatre.
Brilliant. So why is it important to have this showcase, and why does it mean so much to the Performance Academy students?
So Performance Academy was set up in 2011, so we're just celebrating 15 years of Performance Academy. Louise, who is our principal at Performance Academy, had been working for a number of years for the theatre on our youth musicals, which happen every summer. And it's the band this year, which Louise is directing, along with Jim, who's our musical director for those shows. And Louise identified a need for quality weekly performing arts training, which feeds into those productions.
Yeah.
And we figured that we were probably the best placed to provide the training that we needed for the shows that we were making. So yes, the showcase is part of the curriculum of what we do. So we train in audition technique, skills development, and performance skills. And performing 2 nights in front of 800 people is performance experience.
Yeah, very good performance experience. And how did it go this year?
It's always a wild ride. It's always a wild ride. The main thing that we do is we put smiles on faces, and when you sign out 96 children at the stage door, and there's parents, guardians, carers, grandparents, aunties, uncles, friends, kids from the other group who've come to watch, that is not quite like anything else. It's there's a level of pride and joy there, which kind of makes the slog of getting there worthwhile. So the shows in themselves are fantastic, and they are a showcase of musical theatre, dance, and acting. So it's great numbers from Annie, from School of Rock, Alice in Wonderland, Anastasia. So the shows are fantastic, but I think the main thing is that it's the proof of our training. It goes to say, you've spent the last year working on this, now here it is.
Yeah, and we get great feedback from the parents saying that it's great to see how the kids have developed since maybe the last showcase. Or
I think that they don't just see that in their own child. We've got, we're really fortunate, we've got fantastic retention. So we will have young people that will start with us when they're 5, 6 years old, and they will still be with us when they're 15, 16. So those parents will have seen 10 showcases, and they will have seen their child grow over those 10 years, but they will also have seen the classmates of their child, and then we're seeing the next group coming up as well and making that progress. So it's a community, and it's wonderful when a parent comes up to you and says something about a child that isn't theirs.
Yes. Yeah. And you mentioned having musical theatre, dance, and drama performances. So, what kind of performances did we see this year that maybe we haven't had before, and how do you link them together into one kind of cohesive show?
I don't, Louise does. So the groups have an hour each of singing, acting, and dancing with their respective tutors. And as we get close to show time, Louise swoops in and pulls everything together. So we try to keep a mixture of tone, of light and dark, but it's a celebration. So we try and err on the side of light.
Yeah.
But for their training, that experience of working in different styles, of creating that light and shade is really important for them. And the musical theatre sections really bring all three of those, sing, dance, act, disciplines together. I think the PA4 dance this year, which was themed around the Hunger Games, was really different from what we would normally do. The group are a mixture of experience and abilities in terms of the dance that they do. And Lynette, who's our dance tutor, was able to really mix the different things that everybody in the group brought into something that was show-stopping. It was really different, really spectacular. But every tutor manages to find the thing that fits the group. And I think that's really important for us, is that every year the kids are different, they fit together in different ways, and finding the thing that suits them and gives them a voice and plays to their strengths is really the biggest part about deciding what we're doing with the groups.
Wow. And you said there was 96 performers.
Yep.
What's it like having 96 kids of different ages all backstage for 2 nights?
I am very fortunate in the 15 years that I've been here that a lot of great chaperones work with us in our youth musicals, in our pantomimes, in any other productions that we do with young licensed people. So I, a little bit, am able to go, I'm here if you need me, otherwise, thank you, please deal. We have a 1 to 12 ratio for chaperones to children, so that you're not dealing with 96 kids, you're dealing with 12. And our older groups, when they've been with us for 8-9 years, they know the etiquette, know what's expected. When it's their first show, it's a completely foreign land to them, and they are running around throwing clothes in the air and downing sugar and climbing on tables, and well done to the chaperones that deal with that.
And what do you hope that they take away from being part of this year's showcase?
I hope they want to come back and do it again next year, is really. But I hope it makes them want to come and see stuff. We know that not all of our young people are going to go and work professionally in the industry, and they're not all necessarily going to be performers. We've trained performers who've gone on to work in our office, to work in our technical team. But we've also got young people that we know that I still bump into 10, 11 years later, who are paramedics, classroom support, policemen, teachers. But I hope that what we teach them is about discipline, it's about respect for themselves and for others. It's about giving it your all. And I think those soft skills are just as important as the technical performance skills that we train them in.
Yeah, and I hear a lot that the young people say that it's grown their confidence so much and they've made
You
new
have to be
friends and
pretty confident to stand in front of 400 people and sing a song or
yeah,
remember the lines for your drama or the choreography for your dance. And the first time, and I've seen it, the first time is terrifying.
yeah,
Every time they do it, they feel a little bit more at home, a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more confident in themselves and what they can do.
yeah, amazing. And you also sort of help them prepare for auditions, and if they were to go on to audition for the youth musical or the panto chorus, they're kind of more prepared for that and they know kind of more what's going to happen, and it's a very constructive experience.
I think that an audition can be absolutely terrifying because you've got 2 minutes, you've got a verse and a chorus, or you've got half a page of a monologue, or you've got 8 beats of music, or whatever it might be to prove yourself to whoever it may be. What we do with our audition technique as part of our curriculum is softly give those skills, give them a chance to rehearse, give them feedback afterwards. You will know if you go for a job interview and you don't get it, they don't tell you why you didn't get
Yeah,
it. And I think that kind of what we're able to do within our training is say, that audition did this, this, and this. Now, if you do this, this, and this, it will be better next time. And I think that listening to feedback isn't always the easiest thing for people. I think
yeah,
understanding that those notes to help you and not to harm you is a really important skill, actually.
yeah,
And yeah, we have a lot of young people who train with us weekly who will come to auditions and they may not get in the first year or the second year or the third year. They turn up the fourth year and they get in, they keep giving it a go, keep developing their skills within their training. So yeah, and they're going to go to a job interview when they're a little bit older, and
yeah,
all of those skills that they've developed are going to help.
yeah. So it's kind of like you're just preparing them for life, not just
Hope so.
life on a
I
stage.
hope so. I've got to be honest with you. I've been here 15 years, so some of the young people that we trained in our first year are now in their late 20s, early 30s, some of them. And every single time I bump into one of them, they seem like a really sound person, and I hope
Yeah.
that we've played a part in that.
Yeah, definitely. And final question that we ask everyone: what's your favourite seat in the house?
I have never seen a showcase from the front. I have done 30 showcases, and I've seen all of them from the stage right wing, just next to the duty tech and the deputy stage manager. And that's where I'm happy, because that's where I know what's going on, that's where I'm controlling the traffic. I see enough of the show to know what's going on, but not so much that I can't focus on what we need to do, which is make sure that those young people have a brilliant experience. So that's where I'm happiest, is in the stage right wing.
Amazing. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Thank
been
you.
a brilliant conversation, and we'll look forward to next year's showcase in February.
See you there.
Thank you for spending this time with us backstage at the Theatre Royal Wakefield. If you enjoyed the episode, please give us a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share with a fellow theatre lover. For tickets and all the latest news, please head to theatreroyalwakefield.co.uk. We'll be back soon with a new episode, and until then, we'll save you a seat.